Hey everybody, it's Dan, and in this video I want to talk to you about the one thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else. Hey, it's Dan, hope you're well. So let's talk about what that one thing is, shall we? In a world where it's so difficult to get your head above the parapet, there's so much going on. There's politics, there's wars, there's new TV shows, there's all sorts of things, there's scandals. Like, getting attention right now is the number one thing that you can do that's going to set you apart from everybody else. But you have to rise above the noise, and the noise is very noisy indeed. That's the problem that you've got to overcome. And when I ask people, and I go, how many videos have you done this week? And they go, I've done one. And I say, how many posts have you made this week? Well, I've done one a day. One video a week, one post a day. That's really not going to cut the mustard, as they say. I don't know who says that, but people say that. I've heard. So, what's the answer then? The answer is that there's no way around this. You just have to create more content. I don't care how you do it. I don't care what platform it's on and what format it takes. It might be video, it might be audio, it might be written. Right? There are only three types of content you can create anyway. So you're just going to have to find a way of getting your content created, and then find a way of getting that content distributed so that as many people can see it as possible, and you can get in front of as many different eyeballs as you can. Because those eyeballs belong to people who might buy your product or service. But if I'm scrolling through Facebook, scroll, and you're not on there, guess who I'm not thinking about? Not thinking about you. But if you're scrolling through Facebook and you're like, scroll, Dan's done a video. Can't be bothered watching that. Scroll, Dan's done another video. Dan's got a podcast. Dan's got an article to read. 10 amazing things you need to do on your website, whatever, right? How many times do you think you're going to scroll through and see that and not take action? You might not take action the 5th time. You might not take action the 10th time. You might not take action the 55th time. But the 175th time, I suspect you're going to have a little look. And guess what? You're either going to hate it or you're going to love it. Because we're very polarising, it turns out, in our content. Even if 99% of people hate it, I would rather find out that 99% hate my content than never put anything out and never find that 1% of people that actually like my content. So it's like, what's the answer? There is only one answer. You've got to put content out. You know, when people talk about marketing and people talk about, I'm going to run some adverts. What do you think an advert is? An advert is about your product and service, about getting it in front of as many people as possible. And yeah, in the 1950s and the 1960s, when we had buses, TV and radio, that was your lot. There were only 2 channels, 3 channels maybe in the 50s and 60s, 70s. 80s we got to 4 channels. Really living a dream with those 4 channels there. But there's only so many places you could go to get your content out. And that was on those very few number of channels and a radio station, and maybe a local radio station, basically a newspaper or leaflet drops, and that's it. We don't live in the 50s, 60s and 70s anymore, folks, with 2023, I like to think. Now we've got your own radio station, podcast, you've got your own video, TV show, YouTube, you've got your own newspaper, your blog. And yet, how many times are you posting content on your blog, on your TV show, your TV channel, on your radio channel? Never. Never. What the hell are you doing? And then people are going, oh, it doesn't work, I can't seem to sell. Let's take wills. I always like wills, because wills are a really difficult thing to sell. Because on one hand, everybody should have a will, and 100% everybody should have a will, right? On the other hand, nobody can be bothered doing a will. They're really hard things to sell. Everybody knows we need one, and they're just, oh, it's 100 quid, it's 200 quid, I'll put it off to next week. Like, imagine a person selling wills who doesn't create any content. How is that person supposed to get in front of prospective customers? How? Well, they're not. Or, now imagine another guy, and he has a daily podcast, stories about people who didn't have wills. He has a blog that posts every single day, stories about people who don't have wills, or people that did have wills, or kids battling and falling out over the will. I mean, there was a story about a guy who didn't have a will, and he died, and it was like 5 million quid in his estate, and all of the legal fees went on that. Nobody got anything. The lawyers made all the money. I'm sure there are plenty of conversations around there that you can have, plenty of topics you can write about wills, the most boring subject on the, well, them anyway, subjects on the planet. How else are you going to get in front of people? It's content. Content. More content. Oh, do I post once a day? If I post twice a day, is that overdue? No one cares. No one's thinking about your content. Post 50 times a day. Let's get you to the stage where people are saying to you, oh, Dan, you're posting a lot of content. I can't keep up with it. Don't keep up with it then. Watch what you can. Don't watch the rest. I think I produce a decent amount of content, and we're just really ramping it up right now. But I actually think that that producing content is going to be the way forward. And I've never had a person come up to me and go, you're producing too much content. I've never had it. And so the answer then is that to produce that much content is really, really hard. It's just not something that you're going to have as a challenge. I'm producing too much content is never the challenge. I'm producing little to no content is the challenge, because most people are producing little to no content. And guess what the good news is here? Is that if you're producing little to no content, guess what your competitors are doing? They're also producing little to no content. They're also having the same challenges and the same struggles that you're having in your business. Except now, you're going to do something about it, because you're going to get in front of as many people as possible because of your content, because of your reach, because of your varied content and all the topics that you're talking about that other people won't talk about, they refuse to talk about. So you've got a really good opportunity here by producing a heck of a lot of content to get in front of as many people as you can and really start to change how many people see you out on social media and out in the marketplace. And when you go to networking events and people are looking at you like, I think I know him. That's because they've seen all your content. I remember the lady who came up to me, we were talking at a networking event, she's like, oh, your name badge, your name rings a bell for some reason. And we got talking. And then she was like, oh, I know why. It's because I listened to your podcast. She listened to my podcast. Met a networking event. She goes over to this other guy, can't remember his name, call him Bob. Bob, look! It's Dan! That guy who does the podcast. That northern monkey goes on a little bit. Listen, it's effective. It's a great way of getting your message in front of as many people as possible. And then, you know, I hear it all. Oh, I don't like the way I sound. I sound like this, for God's sake. Oh, I don't like the way I look. I look like this. I've got a voice for radio. No, I've got a face for radio. That's what they say. Don't know who says that, but people I said that one too. It doesn't matter. You know all those selfie pictures you take of yourself, and you go, no, I don't like that one, I don't like that one, I don't like that one. This is the one that makes me look the best. All those others that you've discarded, that's what you look like in real life. And you choose the best one that you think makes you look really good. And all it does is confuse people, because that's not what you look like in real life. I've met you. You don't look like that in real life, Dan. It's true. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you don't like the way you look on video, what do you do when you go to the shops? Do you dress up as Count Pinface or something? What do you do? I bet you were very happy when the mask mandate came and you're allowed to cover up your face. What do you do? If you don't like going on camera because you don't like the way you look, what do you do when you go to a party or a barbecue or pick up the kids from school or the supermarket? What do you do? That's just the way you look. Just deal with it. Or get to the gym and lose weight. Get to the kitchen and lose weight. You lose weight in the kitchen, by the way, not in the gym. I was thinking about this yesterday, about fat people are lazy, that attitude. And it's like, no, they just don't know how to cook properly or eat properly. Fat people aren't lazy, they just eat too much. A big difference. And I know we're digressing here, but anyway. Content, folks. Content. That is it. That is the number one thing that you should be focusing on right now in your business. Because I know you're struggling. I know everybody else is struggling right now. Everybody, all the world around. You've got Microsoft and Twitter. I mean, Twitter doesn't count, but Google and all these other companies. Facebook losing 14,000, 20,000. Oracle. All these big companies getting rid of all these staff. Revenues are down. People are spending advertising on Twitter and Facebook and so on. They're still advertising, but it's down. So I know that you're struggling like everybody else. What's the answer? Well, I need to advertise more. So why not do it for free? What if you could advertise and it didn't cost you anything? All you had to do was get a camera that's already on your blooming phone, press record, talk bollocks for a little bit about your product, your service, the challenges that you have, the benefits that your customers have, all sorts of things, right? Get in front of as many people as you can. It's free advertising. It's crazy. If I was starting my business right from the very start, I would live online. I mean, I almost live online anyway. I film an awful lot and I record an awful lot. I mean, this is a long video, right? But it's so paramount, it's so important for your business to get in front of as many different eyeballs as possible, because again, those eyeballs belong to people and those people might want what you're selling. But if you don't get in front of them, they'll never ever see you. They'll never see your business, they'll never see you online, they'll never buy from you because they've never heard from you. Pretty simple, folks. Content is for 2023 all the way through for the rest of this decade. Guarantee it. The content might change, the platforms might change, the messaging might change, but the fact you need to get out in front of as many people as you can, that's never going to change. It was the same in 1970. If you could get an article in your local newspaper and you could become a columnist in your local newspaper, brilliant. Like, that was the thing that everybody clamoured for. I remember, because I was the one doing it, writing articles, trying to get into newspapers. We got a Telegraph once. We got a big write-up in a Telegraph. We got in the Yorkshire Evening Post. I remember one time at a property investing show, property landlord show, whichever one it was. I had a double-page spread, centrefold. I was a centrefold, folks, in the property magazine. Not Basil or whatever other magazines there are. And I remember one of the guys who had a big stand and he's looking at my face and I go up to him. I won't mention him because he's a bit of I won't mention him. Don't like the guy. He comes up to me, he's like, how come you've got that and I've paid 20 grand for this stand and I've got this little section? I'm like, well, I almost said his name then, but I'm like, because we know how to market properly. We had a better marketing return than he did, and he had a massive stamp because we got a centrefold spread in the magazine, for God's sake. This is what it's about. It's free marketing. It didn't cost me a single penny, that. It cost him thousands of pounds. Then he had to staff it. It cost him 20 grand in total. He had to staff it, then he had to market it was going. Crazy bonkers, right? Free content, free marketing. That's what you should be focusing on right now. And that means you've got to create video, you've got to create written content, and you've got to create audio content. You can cheat a little bit by creating one video. Off this one video, we're going to pull a podcast out of it, so that's audio and video done. And then we're probably going to end up with 5 or 6 shorts. So there's more videos that are going to go on to YouTube. And then we'll take those and we'll post them across all the other social media platforms as well. And then we'll embed these into WordPress on our website, so that then we can share those across social media as well. We're going to get several bites of the cherry off this one piece of content. That's why you create one piece of content. One piece of long form content, split it into sections, pull out the podcast, create individual posts, schedule the whole thing. And I know you haven't got time to do all that, which is why we do it for you. So if you want to have a chat about that, obviously then hit me up. But if you don't do that, that's fine. Get out there, create content. Even if your content is just you pressing live and going live and talking on Facebook or YouTube or all of those all at the same time using something like Restream or StreamYard, that's what you should be doing. Alright, hope that's useful. Went on for long enough there. We'll catch up with you on the next one. My name's Dan Latto. Have yourselves a wicked day. Take care.